Welcome back to the Terry and Jesse Show. It's Wednesday. Father Charles Murr is visiting with us, and we're talking about Cardinal Cupich and what he's doing by giving an award to an individual, Senator Durbin, who is pro-abortion, pro-homosexuality, pro-gay marriage, so to speak. And I think it's interesting that his statement after two bishops rebuked him publicly, and he responded by saying, hey, I'm just conferring this award on the senator because it's in line with Vatican guidelines on the need for dialogue with politicians who oppose church teachings on abortion. Is that the best argument you can come up with, Cardinal? I mean, that was pathetic. But Father Murr, I don't want to get you in trouble.
You're right. That was the best argument you could come up with.
Yeah, because exactly.
Yeah, that's it. It's that lame. Yeah.
So,
and of course, you and I and the good cardinal know the truth of the matter is he really wants to honor this man.
Yeah. So sad.
This isn't being done because he wants to look for dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a break.
No, they're on the same side.
Yeah. And here's the point. Bishop Joseph Strickland, who was just on a couple days ago with us, was removed from his diocese because he did things like that. He wouldn't keep quiet. He was speaking up and saying, no, I won't remove the Tridentine Mass at my diocese because my flock is being fed. I'm not here to starve them. They love the traditional Latin Mass, and I'm going to keep it. And under Pope Francis, that was not the thing to do, and he was removed. And I asked him, do you regret any of your decisions over the years at your Diocese of Tyler? And he said, no, I don't have a choice. I really don't have a choice. I have to do what's right. And if I'm paying a price for it, so be it. And I think more bishops need to do that. That's my take. How about you, Father?
His reward is going to be great in heaven. His reward is going to be great in heaven.
Yeah.
Here, there's too much politics and too much skullduggery and nonsense that goes on. We know this. We in the church have been embarrassed about it for 20 centuries.
Yeah.
It's been here since the beginning.
Yeah,
because
it has.
It's been here since the fall of Adam and Eve.
Yep.
It's part of the fall, the decline, the fall of man.
Yep.
That's it.
I want to shift gears if I can. I have known Catholic priests from China. I don't know if you have any friends, but I do, that were working in the underground church in China. And I'm just going to tell a story, and then I'm going to talk about our friends and our fellow Catholics who are being persecuted. One of the stories is a young man, his parents were murdered, by the communists for their Catholic faith. He ended up going to Dunwoody Seminary in New York. And I know, Father Murr, you know where that is, where Monsignor William Smith taught. He ends up going to become a Catholic priest. And I find out from another seminarian that the parents usually provide a chalice for that priest. It's common. Well, he doesn't have parents. They were murdered by the communists. Well, I had just in the early 90s I purchased a lot of sacred vessels from Manresa Retreat House in Azusa that closed. I got life-size crucifixes for Mother Angelica's, it was a wood-gated crucifix, but I got a lot of chalices, and there's this one chalice that had the 12 apostles. It had all the jewels. It was a very expensive chalice, and we were wondering, what are we going to do? Where can we get this to a third world country? And we get a call. There's a priest who needs a chalice. So what did I do? We sent it to New York for him under one condition. Pray for the Barber family, please. And he is now back in China as a priest. Now, why do I bring this up? Because China, again, just recently, we had this, I'll just give the background. 2018, the Vatican made a deal with the Chinese government. We'd cave in. We would tell the underground church to come on out. We're going to join the patriotic church. Come on, which was horrible. And then, Father, I'm going to get your take on this. I'll just finish by saying this, that they're banning any online evangelization, catechesis, preaching, and even asking for donations for the church. They have to they do this. They're telling all the churches, not just Catholic, but all of them, they have to embrace communistic parties' role in the government, and it's atheistic, and we still have to embrace that. That's number one if you want to have any religious things going on. Now, I will say this: the Pillar said that this code threatens Catholics, even if they're not the main target of doing this. Now, I want to just ask you, Father, maybe you have friends, because I had a priest who I kept for 6 months who was suffering. They stamped him on his arm like you brand cattle. The communists put that on him, saying, we know who you are now. This is who you're marked. We know you come back in jail, we'll know what's going on. He continued to be a priest in the underground church, but he basically lived at our house for 6 months, and he was in bad shape, so we helped him out. And then he went to Texas, and I heard he just passed. But the point I'm trying to say is the Chinese church has not been very, has been really going through a lot. And I wanted to ask you, Father Murr, your take, and maybe you have contacts in China that I'm unaware of, but I just think it's horrible that the lay people, especially the priests and lay people, have been treated so poorly by the church.
Yeah, forget how they've been treated by the communist government of China.
Yes.
Or the communists in general. Forget that. How they've been treated by the Catholic Church.
It's like they forgot them.
This is
horrible.
Beyond anything that's believable. Just beyond. And when you hear also that the church, and when I say the church, let me distinguish here.
Yes, good point.
I'm talking about the Vatican.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about the Vatican, I'm not necessarily talking about the Catholic Church.
Explain that.
I'm talking about a government.
Yes, it's a government. That's
It
right.
has its own government.
Yep.
And it has its own interests, what have you. That's what I'm talking about. They were compensated for selling out to the communist government.
Yes, I read a lot, over $1 billion is what I read.
The billions annually.
Yes.
Annually, not once in a while, annually.
It's unbelievable.
Or turning their own people into this is I just can't believe that everyone is seated for this.
Yeah.
I'm ready to jump up and start screaming something, but you dare not, because then see this is the problem that we have.
Tell me, Father.
The government of the Vatican is a government.
Yeah.
It is a government, and many of the people who work in it are lifetime careerist politicians.
Yep, I agree.
The faith is secondary. The faith is secondary. Their careers are first and foremost. That they would do something like this and not hide their heads in shame is beyond me. But that's it.
Well, I want to ask you, this is my 9th time you've said this over the years, but one of the Holy Fathers, Pope Pius, I guess it would be the 12th, had a story about a Chinese bishop. I think it was the first native bishop in China. Right after the 1949 revolution, he decided to book. Can you tell us that story once again? Because I just think it's
that's in my book, The Godmother.
Yeah.
Right after the communist revolution, communist overtake of China, their first enemy, right alongside of the revolution, for political gain, was the Catholic Church.
Of course.
Why? Because the Catholic Church presented an alternative government and an alternative alliance that people could have that was not the communist Chinese time. They could not tolerate that. Anyway, when they took over, Pius XII was very happy to have named the first Chinese cardinal.
Native, yeah.
Native. Cardinal of Peking at that time, Beijing, Peking. As soon as the communists took over, he escaped from China.
What?
He escaped from China. and he made his way to Rome. And when he got to Rome, he showed up at the Vatican. He showed up at the bronze doors. You know the bronze doors?
Yes, of course.
That's where he showed up. And word was sent to the Holy Father that there was a Chinese cardinal here.
Wow.
I mean, most of the people in the Vatican didn't even know there was a cardinal in China. I mean, if they did, they'd forgotten it, right? And all of a sudden, there's this man
Yeah.
Dressed in cardinal robes,
Yeah.
and he wanted to see the Holy Father. When news came to him, came to the Pope Pius XII called in Mother Pasqualina.
And who is she, just again, for those who don't know?
Mother
who this is?
Pasqualina was Pope Pius' personal secretary for 42 years.
Quite a woman.
They called her nickname was Virgo Potens, most powerful virgin.
I love it.
They're very much like a radio station. I know.
Yeah, yeah, you go.
And he called her in and gave her instructions. And she went down and received him at the entrance.
Oh boy, you're in trouble now.
A minute further in the net, he said, the Holy Father wants to know what you're doing in Rome. And of course, he started to explain. Mother Pasqualina told me this herself.
Yeah.
And he started to explain, well, you know, the revolution, there was a revolution and the communists, and they would have killed me and this and the other. They killed many of our priests. And she said, that's exactly why the Holy Father wants to know what you're doing in Rome. The Holy Father thinks that you belong right now in a communist prison in China.
Suffering.
Yes, to give witness to your faith.
And the red
she
you
said,
wear.
and the Holy Father asked if you understand the significance of the red you wear at the cardinal. Well, he never was received by the Pope.
I guess not. If you like the message of Virgin Most Powerful Radio, type in under comments, Jesus is King.